Welcome to Salem Stadium, 13th minute. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are scoreless between Rochester and Charlotte. I'm Joe Giuliano, along with Christian Silva, as everything is up and running now. Charlotte in the all blue with the off-colored socks. The Rhinos in the all white, attacking from right to left. We'll get your starting lineups mentioned momentarily, as we are scoreless in the 14th minute. And if you're just tuning in, Christian and I were talking some early possession here from Charlotte, but not anything that's really penetrating.
Yeah, I mean, they're keeping it in their own half. I think the wingbacks are doing a great job getting up, creating a little small pockets of space for Martinez to come back and get it, but Rochester's being just as stingy with the space up front.
In the first 4 or 5 minutes of this match, Obasi had two great runs, easily getting around Alvarez, and that forced Mike Jeffries to make a switch on the flanks.
Yeah, I mean, I think smart move by Coach Jeffries there. There's no chance he was going to be able to keep up with him all game. I mean, I think Rafael Cox is having quite the battle himself there.
This is Forbes on the outside. Still with possession, looking for McMahon, doesn't get it to him. Here's our lineups. First for the visitors, it's Lampson in goal, Slojic, Cox, Duckett, and the new signing Kalungi in the back. Ribeiro, Noonan, Martinez, Del Piccolo, and Alvarez in the midfield with Baji up top. Charlotte 4-6-4, Mike Jeffries, the head coach. For Rochester, Brandon Miller, an outstanding season. He's in the nets once again. His 13th appearance of the season. Obasi, McMahon, Van de Castile, Ringhoff in the back. Mendoza, Garzi, Walls, Forbes in the midfield, Dixon, and Rolfe up top for the Rochester Rhinos, 11-0-6. Service into the box, and it's up and behind everyone as they were looking for Dixon. Rhinos coming off a 2-0 win at Toronto last Saturday. Obasi had 2 assists in that game. Steven Dos Santos and Mendoza with the goals, and earlier today, Dos Santos was penciled in to start, but you were at the training session. You had a little inside information.
Yeah, he's came down with something, I'd say Wednesday. Just said he wasn't feeling good. Got worse as the week went on. That gave Valesky the nod to go in, and apparently he caught the same thing, so had to switch things up.
That is the depth of the Rochester Rhinos. Very versatile roster. As the crowd not happy with the no call there. Charlotte looking for their first win away from home. They're 0-4-2. FC Montreal and the Real Monarchs also winless away from home in the USL. Nice job there by Van de Castile, who's coming back from an ankle injury. Stands up Baji nicely. Here's Rolfe. Walls now to Mendoza on the near side. 16th minute and scoreless. Garzi to Obasi. Cox closing him down. Alvarez gave him all sorts of space and time, and Mike Jeffries, the 52-year-old, wasted no time making that switch. Colin Rolfe got stepped on, looks like the back of his right leg. And this will be knocked out of play. Give him a chance to hopefully recover. Referee is David Mon. Assistants are John Safar and Jimmy Brooks. Fourth official is Raymond Tam. On a very warm night in Rochester. 84 degrees at kickoff with the humidity of 68%. We are close to 90 degrees. And a good break here for players to take on some fluids.
Enjoy Salad hot dogs and premium deli meats available.
Rolfe is up without the assistance of the trainer, so he'll continue to play. Julian Ringhoff. Now Obasi. Selected to the USL Team of the Week. There's 2 assists against Toronto. We'll give him 3 on the season. The Rhinos with possession in their own half. Rochester 6-0 on home turf. 5-0-6 away from Salem Stadium.
man.
What a nice drawback from Obasi. And the former player who was on loan from the Revolution to the Rhinos, Duckett, intercepts it. There's Del Piccolo. Trying to work the near side. Obasi gets the header down, but picked up by Cox. Back to Slojic. Now the captain, Ribeiro.
And Cox is still looking for that ball over there. He tried to steal from a bus.
For people who haven't seen Obasi play, you look and think, okay, he's a big guy. But then when you see the ball at his feet and what the big guy can do with the ball on the turf, it's not supposed to be happening that way, is it? They're supposed to be big, strong, and physical in the air, but he's dynamite on the ground.
I mean, apart from that, he's just got such a wide frame that he'll just pull it where normally it'll be in your range to reach out. Anytime he pulls it, it's completely out of your reach, so you've got to dive in.
There's Forbes. McMahon. Quickly pressured. Ringoff finds Mendoza with space. Crosses midfield. There's Obasi pushing forward once again. He's dangerous on these runs. Steps it up. Back to Walls. Far side. Canaro Forbes. Rolf back to Forbes. The shot! Oh, it's just wide. Good build up there, and that would have been a beautiful goal.
Fantastic play right there. And that's just the link up that Colin Rolfe brings you. I mean, he's technical, but he's strong enough to almost play like that post-up type player.
That was very nicely done and not too far off the mark. 19th minute and still scoreless. Lamson dodging a bullet there. Lamson on loan from the Columbus Crew. This one will take a couple hops.
Fans' favorite homes has upgraded 4
Obasi.
to the best seats in the house. Congratulations, enjoy the
Now
game.
Van de Castile.
Favorite homes.
Ringhoff central with it now. Obasi with some space on the near side. Right at midfield.
Oh.
Plays the 1-2. Back to Mendoza. Looks. The service on the backside and played safely away there by Newnham. It'll be a corner kick coming up for the Rhinos. Before we came on the air, there was a yellow card issued. In the 3rd minute, Alex Martinez was complaining a call, and he was issued a yellow card by the official. And if you look at Mike Jeffries, the 52-year-old, spent 2 seasons with the Des Moines Menace of the PDL. Also, some time in MLS with the Chicago Fire as an assistant and head coach with the Dallas Burn, who are now FC Dallas. There's Mendoza. Driven ball. Ringhoff. Walls. And scooping it out of the air is Lamson. We'll push the troops forward. Charlotte 4-6-4. Coming off a 1-0 loss at Louisville last Saturday. A PK in the 32nd minute was the difference. And a huge crowd. 7,600 at Slugger Field. They have really packed the numbers in there in Louisville this season. For a team that is 8-3-5 right now. But everyone looking to catch the boys in white at 11-0-6. Lassie with a throw-in, looking for some options. Finds Tony Walls. Now Garzi. It's caught in his foot. Alvarez comes away with it. Baji. Del Piccolo. Now Ribeiro with some space. Charlotte will knock it around. to penetrate just a little bit. Rhinos now applying some pressure. Alvarez has to spin back. Now served into the box. Miller off his line, and Baji was looking for that flick to get it up and over his head. But Brandon Miller, an outstanding season, 0.26 goals against average, makes the save. 24th minute and scoreless, first meeting of the season between Rochester and Charlotte. They'll do it again on Saturday, August 1st, down in Charlotte, North Carolina. There's Walls. Bossy. Cox much more cautious this time. Rolf fighting, battling with Cox, comes away with it. And helping out is Alex Martinez. Alvarez. Van de Castile marking Badgie. And Forbes sticks the leg in there. Del Piccolo goes down, and it will be a throw-in coming up here for Charlotte. Kalungi. Featured him at the Open, his first appearance, just signed on July the 2nd. He's been sidelined since August of last year. He tore his ACL and MCL. He was playing for the Richmond Kickers in a friendly against Crystal Palace, of all times to do it. Looking for Forbes, but cleared away by Duckett.
Good play, and both teams just going back and forth now, really trying to find any gaps in that defense. Charlotte being just as stingy, though.
Charlotte 18 goals against. That's tied for 4th with LA. Van de Castile to Garzi. Rhinos going to work the near side with Obasi. Now back to Van de Castile, the 24-year-old. That's it to McMahon, second year with the Rhinos. Walls trips up. No call made. Charlotte comes away with it. Not
Great
for long.
step in there by Grant Van de Castile.
Walls is back up. Still Walls. And he barrels through the challenge of Kalungi. And he'll pick up a corner kick for the Rhinos. It'll be Mendoza trotting over to take it. Johnny Mendoza with 3 goals on the season. Gets it short. Back to Forbes. Low cross. Oof. Rolf had his back to the goal. Dixon's one-timer, top of the 18, deflected, out of play. Corner kick number 3 coming up for the Rhinos. And we'll see if Mendoza does serve it. He does have Forbes short. There's the delivery. Down in the box and cleared away by Duckett. That got away from everyone. Garzi will leave it for Obasi. Garzi and Martinez battle for it. Won there by Garzi to McMahon. Now Canardo Forbes, the Jamaican. Into the box, Rolf. And Mendoza, flag comes up for offsides as he touched the ball, and that'll be coming out the other way for Charlotte.
The Rhinos finding the rhythm a little bit here. I think Charlotte's been struggling to get out of their own half the last 3-4 minutes.
Rhinos have started taking this one away. As be sure you visit USLsoccer.com, get the latest news and live stats. Check out the new social media hub. It's USLsoccer.com. Mendoza pressuring Lamson. It's outside to Kalungi. Baji flicks it forward. Cox Anticipating the pass back, but Ringhoff reads it well and goes the other way. Poked away by Walls. Here's Dixon. 28th minute and scoreless at Salem Stadium. The 11-0-6 Rhinos against the 4-6-4 first season Charlotte Independents, owned by the same group that owns the Charlotte Hounds of Major League Lacrosse, who were actually in town last night playing the Rochester Rattlers. The Hounds coming on the short end of the stick last night, losing 18-10 against the Rochester Rattlers. I'm sure the Rhinos hoping to deliver the same kind of news tonight to the Independents.
Bit of battle of the cities, isn't it?
There's Martinez looking for Alvarez and knocked away by Julian Ringhoff.
Martinez, a very dangerous player. Can't give him the license to hit that final pass. He's got an eye for it.
There's Garzi. Now Dixon. The Rhinos coming back the other way. Forbes. Broken up by Kalungi. McMahon. Forbes, good move. Space. Service.
There's no one there.
Ribeiro clears it away.
Rhino's doing everything right except for that movement in the box. Somebody's got to be there.
No one there to put the finishing touches on that one. 7 other games tonight in USL. One game last night, Austin 4-1 over Arizona. On Thursday, LA and Orange County tied 1-1. Then on Wednesday, Montreal 5, St. Louis 2. Vancouver and Colorado Springs tied at 2-2. One game tomorrow, Portland playing host to the Vancouver Whitecaps FC 2. Forbes double team, they'll knock it off, and they're gonna call a deflection. The referee's gonna overrule his assistant. And it will be a goal kick for Charlotte.
Interesting decision there. I feel like the linesman had the direct view, but when you know, you know.
Referee has the ultimate decision at the end. Lamson, who was on loan through August the 5th. That game against the New York Red Bulls 2 from the Columbus Crew. Also was on loan this season earlier to the Pittsburgh Riverhounds as he replaced Ryan Thompson, who was playing with Jamaica at the Copa America. And the one game he played with Pittsburgh was against Charlotte. Pretty ironic there.
Curious how that'll work point-wise.
Charlotte 2-1 in that game. There's Alvarez. Outside to Martinez. Back to Alvarez. Cox. Nobody on the end of it. Walls will come away with it for the Rhinos. 32nd minute. A very warm and muggy evening in Rochester. This ball picked up by Ribeiro. Baji, top of the 18, tries the toe poke, just nowhere to go with it. There's Duckett, heads it back to Kalungi. Spent the last 6 seasons with Richmond. McMahon gets the swipe in, and just enough to knock Martinez off the ball. There's Obasi. And Ringhoff. And Duckett for the elbow in the back of Rolfe, and he has taken a beating here in this first half.
Yeah, I think
look at the last challenge from Duckett, who was on loan to Rochester a couple years back from the Revs.
I think they caught note of that option earlier with that chance with Canardo Forbes, and it's been one of the key ingredients to our attacks today, just having him hold it up and Good movement under him.
Duckett last season played with the Charlotte Eagles, who no longer are playing in the USL. It's now the Charlotte Independents at the Ramblewood Soccer Stadium.
All right, fans, time to turn your attention to the scoreboard for tonight's celebrations of the game.
33rd minute, scoreless between Rochester and Charlotte. And become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. It's USL on Facebook. Lamson will work the near side to Duckett. Played 19 games back in 2013 with the Rhinos. Spins away. And Ringhoff just comes in tough on the challenge. It's Baji. Fouls Walls, but referee says play on. There's Forbes. Mendoza almost spins away from pressure. Del Piccolo. Still Del Piccolo, and they're going to call the foul. Referee waiting to see if there was an advantage, and didn't like the way that one worked out. Here's a look at that last challenge with Del Piccolo running down the field.
Rochester getting caught asleep defensively in that midfield, forcing a pretty unwarranted foul, if you ask me.
Alex Martinez, the 23-year-old, delivers into the box. They seem to be looking for that low-driven ball and then a little flick onto it. Oh, that's got to be a yellow card as Del Piccolo clearly taking down Alex Dixon. Second yellow card issued in the 35th minute. Paulo Del Piccolo. I don't know, Christian. I don't think there's much.
I mean, the fact that they're arguing it is shocking enough.
A bit surprised by that.
The entire Charlotte team convinced that wasn't a foul.
Well, that'll be the second booking. It was Martinez in the 3rd minute. Del Piccolo now in the 35th. Again, a little stoppage here. Players get a chance to take on some water. Bassi will do the honors. Plays it short to Ringhoff. Van de Castile. Rolf lays it off there for Garzi. Has to work through the double team, and Charlotte comes away with it. Martinez. One back by Garzi. Mendoza. Ringhoff back to Miller. Number 1 in the USL.
New York State West Youth Soccer
Goals against average. Got only 3 goals against this season, 8 shutouts. 11 shutouts total for the Rhinos this year. Walls battles with Ribeiro. No call made. Alvarez comes away with it.
Walls once again with an uncharacteristic dribble in the midfield.
They're going to call a foul on Garzi. Now the Rhinos not happy with the call. And the 4th official has to work. He's got to work his way over now to the Rhinos bench. Let's take a look at the replay. We have the luxury of this up here. There's the first touch and got the ball.
That warrants an argument. Had position on it.
At this time, we'd like to welcome both the Oak Street Brigade and the Flower City Stampede.
Martinez
supporter groups of your Rhinos.
on it again. We'll see if he delivers one of those low-driven balls. If they're looking to get a flick on. A little short instead to Del Piccolo. He'll drive one into the box. No one there but Miller. Everybody cleared out nicely at the 6 by the big boys and back for Rochester.
No problem there for Brandon Miller. I think Charlotte needs to take note that that ball over the top is going to get eaten up all day.
Grant Van de Castile, selected by the Colorado Rapids in the 2014 MLS Super Draft. After playing 4 years at Notre Dame, sends it forward to McMahon. His pass knocked away. Ribeiro comes away with it for Charlotte. Martinez turns, but lets the ball roll through.
Rochester just running through a spell of unforced errors right there. Uncharacteristic dribbles, forcing the ball. It's playing it a bit into Charlotte's hands. They want the ball at their feet, so I think we got to hold on to the ball a little longer if we're going to pose any threat.
I'm sure Bob Lilly will have a few words at halftime for his undefeated side.
I mean, rightly so.
Yes.
Those mistakes can sneak away with them every now and then, but
Bob Lilly, the 49-year-old, in his second stint with the Rhinos. Into the playoffs 14 times. Fifth head coach in the Rhinos' 20 years. Done an outstanding job, no matter where he's been. Hershey, Montreal, now here in Rochester. Forbes. Walls poked away there by Carlos Alvarez, one of the loanees from the Colorado Rapids. Played 6 games last season with the Rapids, 11 games in 2013 with a team that no longer exists, Chivas USA. Kind of an afterthought when you think about Chivas USA no longer in MLS, but you bring teams in like Orlando, they're up to 18,000 season tickets. You kind of forget about Chivas.
I mean, I definitely did. I think.
You know, it's...
And they're already looking to replace them. What is it? LAFC?
LA, they got Beckham down in Miami, Atlanta, Walls. First cross block, the shot again by Forbes. Off the corner flag and out of play. Follow at USL on Twitter. Become a league insider, join club conversations, and have a chance at exclusive giveaways at USL on Twitter. Rolf, McMahon, Canardo Forbes. A little hopeful there, trying to get it up and over Lampson.
The official dentist of your Rhinos is Dr. Vincent
Rolls it
Vella.
out to Duckett.
Give Dr. Vella a call at 482-8980. Schedule your appointment.
Piccolo back to left. Charlotte bringing a new keeper in this week. A guy you're familiar with from the Atlanta Silverbacks days. Thoughts on Mr. Ati?
I think he's a great player. He's very reminiscent of Adam Grinmus on our side. Just not the biggest frame, but very athletic. More athletic than you'd take when at first look, but great keeper nonetheless, and I think that's great.
Just been signed, the Cameroonian. He's with Atlanta since 2011. There's the initial starting keeper, John Berner, expected to be out for 3 more weeks. Looking for Slojic. That's a name we have not called at all. Former Rhino.
It's a quiet game from him so far.
16 appearances last season, the product out of Cornell University. Just a couple hours away from here. Slojic with 2 goals on the season. His 15th appearance for the 23-year-old. Second minute, Obasi couldn't keep possession of that one. Cox to take the throw in. Del Piccolo to Slojic. Ribeiro. Spent some time with Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, and the Chivas under 23 slows it down. We'll play it back to Kalunji. Slojic nicely off the chest, but Mendoza takes it away and couldn't keep it inbounds. Throw-in coming up here, they'll say deflected off of Charlotte. So we'll go in favor of the Rhinos. Off. Not the best of clearances. Gets it back though to Garzi. And hand up in the air, knows that wasn't a good one. Makes good on it though. Obasi. The change, putting Cox on this near side, has slowed down Obasi just a little bit.
A bit. Smart move by Coach Jeffries there. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't think Alvarez was going to be able to put up with that big of a defensive duty, being that his primary thing is to attack.
Walls. Slojic heads it out of play. Corner kick coming up for the Rhinos. And Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. 44th minute. A corner kick on the near side for the Rhinos. It's Mendoza. Sets it up. Delivers. Flick to the top of the 18 and cleared away by Alvarez.
Got to do better than that. Mendoza
Soccer fans, as a reminder,
been struggling to get up the field. We've got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Time to be kept on the field.
There's McMahon to Forbes. 45th minute. Cox. Headed back to Lamson. All USL regular season and playoff games available live, free, and in HD on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. On the play, and McMahon and the Rhinos will have a throw-in. As we approach the full 45 minutes, we'll see what stoppage time looks like. Shouldn't be too much. As it will be 1 minute that they're calling for. And maybe just enough time for one more Rhinos push.
Our fourth official has indicated there will be 1 minute. 1 minute of stoppage time.
And one there for Rochester. Alvarez to Cox. Broken up by Obasi. Dixon. Referee says play on. He put it through the legs of the defender, and then I thought he was tripped up.
I mean, that's another.
There's a quick look at it. What do you think? Good win by Obasi there.
I mean, clear foul right there. Obstruction, if anything.
Charlotte coming the other way. Baji into the box. He can't turn the corner. His shot is well wide of the net. As we approach the final few seconds of first half stoppage time, the Rhinos and the Independents are scoreless. Obasi will go long. Duckett, a little flick onto it. As Lamson will pick it up, and that will bring half number one to a close. And Christian, before we take our water break on this hot, humid night, your thoughts on the first half of play?
I think both teams showing a bit of their strengths, a bit of a standstill, not able to break through. I think any chances each team is getting is from unforced errors and a bit of carelessness. So it's interesting to see, hopefully, both teams turn up the focus and we see a bit more of their strengths in the second half.
We will go to break with Rochester and Charlotte scoreless after 45 minutes of play. This is Rhinos Soccer on YouTube.
Great Taste has landed. Salen's great tasting hot dogs and deli meats now available across New York State.
When you build a new house with Faber Homes, you won't have to deal with the to-do list that comes with buying a used home.
They made it really easy. I mean, the whole process was so simple, and we were new to the process. It was our first time owning a home, definitely first time building a home, so they made it really easy, step-by-step process, so it's great.
Learn more about the benefits of building a new home at faberhomes.com and visit our models in Henrietta, at Berkshire Park, or at Regency Park in Greece. Faber Homes. Great homes, great price.
Come on, join the rest of the kids at Unity Health System's Total Sports Experience. Instructional program starting at age 2. Year-round fun. Join anytime. Call 458-4263 or check us out at totalsports-experience.com.
Welcome back to Salem Stadium. I'm Joe Giuliano along with Christian Silva. A second half about to begin. Rochester and Charlotte are scoreless. One change made by the visitors. Enzo Martinez, the brother of Alex Martinez, coming on to start the second half. And he will replace number 57, Carlos Alvarez. 13th appearance of the season for Enzo Martinez, the 24-year-old. 1 goal and 2 assists on the season. Rochester with no changes to start half number 2. Rhinos in the all-white, looking to get to 18 games unbeaten. We'll have the kickoff. They'll be attacking from left to right. And here we go with second half action.
This halftime substitution for the Charlotte Independents. Entering the game, number 19.
McMahon goes down on a hard challenge from the newcomer, Enzo Martinez. Referee says, take it easy. A little overexcitement there from the substitute.
Trying to make an impact right away.
We should also mention that Charlotte missing a key component in number 10, Jorge Herrera, who strained his calf muscle during warm-ups of the July 11th game against Louisville. He's got some great numbers, Christian. 3 goals, 5 assists, but we all know him so well from all his years with Charlotte.
I mean, apart from his stats, just the presence he brings, the calmness he has on the ball, just really is the engine of this Charlotte team, which is a possession-style team, sorry.
Very enjoyable to watch Mr. Herrera in action. The Colombian, who's also played in Argentina and Paraguay, had 53 goals in 8 years with the Charlotte Eagles. He is out tonight with the calf injury. Hard challenge there from Kalungi, and it's Rolf again. He plays with his back to the goal so much that he just takes so many of those knocks.
He does. I mean, being a player who played hockey in his past, I think I really feel he enjoys that part of the game, if I'm being honest. Seeing him week in, week out in training, it's...
There he is battling again.
Yeah.
Ribeiro to Cox. Slojic. Del Piccolo, a little flick forward. McMahon steps in nicely. Forbes looking for Dixon. Slojic steps in front of him. Dixon looking for his first goal since April the 26th. He's got 3 on the season, but that last one coming at the end of April against Red Bulls 2. He's been hampered by injuries. He is back at it, though. Enzo Martinez trying to go to Newnham and just didn't have the space to keep it in play. McMahon, Walls, now Rolf again. Forbes couldn't keep it in play. It'll be a throw-in coming back for Charlotte. A ton of friendlies taking place in the USL this summer. Sacramento played Sunderland, a 1-0 win in Paul Buckle's first match as the head coach of Sacramento since replacing Preki.
Huge move there.
Absolutely. We'll be heading over to Leicester, I believe.
That's correct, yeah. It's a huge move for him, but also what it says to the league. We've had that quality that attracted the likes of Leicester right here in USL.
Preki did a tremendous job with Sacramento, taking them right to the top last season. Charleston fell last night to West Bromwich Albion 2-1. Toronto FC will play friendly against Roma's Primavera team, the U19s. It'll be July the 28th. Also on the 28th, it's the Kickers against Crystal Palace. And some friendlies this summer across the USL. The Rhinos were going to play Barcelona, but that one got changed.
They didn't agree with the pitch conditions.
Messi wanted to play, but last-second decision. Let's look at that last challenge downfield. Rolf with Kalungi. Gets tangled up with the newcomer and Foul called. Charlotte gets the free kick. Here's Kalungi. Now Cox cuts it inside. Martinez to his brother. Still the shot. Punched away by Miller, and he picks up the rebound. So Martinez to Martinez, denied by Brandon Miller.
Great play there. Great build-up by Charlotte Independent, showing a bit of composure and a nice bit of skill to get away from defender Pac McMahon there.
Here's a look at the two brothers for Charlotte trying to connect. And Miller makes the save. His second credited save of the game. These two teams, in just a couple of weeks, will be at the Ramblewood Soccer Stadium doing it again on August the 1st. Forbes. He's going to go with it. Here's Forbes. Into Rolf. The touch a little too heavy. Just a little heavy.
Really made something out of nothing there, Canardo Forbes. Rochester seemed a bit asleep there. Take advantage of the opportunity to get forward.
On the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content.
Not too far off the mark for Rolf. Picked up by Mendoza. Forbes. Good ball.
No.
Oh, the flag came up, and I don't think he was off.
I
But
don't know about that one.
referee's assistant on the near side in a good spot makes the call. And Rolf is down once again. He has just taken a pounding today. It's that right leg that bothered him in the first half, and here's a look at it again on this latest collision with his right foot.
A very ugly spin there. That's not something you want to see. Hopefully he's not feeling anything after that one.
He is a tough competitor and fixes the shin guard, adjusts the sock, and takes a look, but he's ready to go.
I'm telling you, he thrives off that.
Rolf, the 25-year-old, 2 goals and 1 assist. As tough as they come. Oh, good tackle there from Van de Castile. Wins the ball and sends Newnham for a bit of a ride. Now Duckett, 53rd minute, and scoreless. Charlotte will go to the bench once again. Finley getting ready to come on. Ribeiro. Del Piccolo. There's Mendoza coming back the other way for Rochester. Forbes cuts it inside. Pushes it forward. Shove there. No call made.
Another interesting call.
Crowd not happy with it. And Bob Lilly up and off the bench. Walls slides, keeps possession.
Poor touch there by Walls, managed to save the play with a nice slide.
Did it the hard way.
That's one way to get by your opponent.
There's Obasi. Still Obasi. Gets the cross in. Out of play, though. It'll be a goal kick coming up here as Charlotte will bring on number 9, Ryan Finley.
This substitution
As you get that last challenge from Obasi, Slojic coming in, and it just crosses the end line. This change for the Independents coming up in the 54th minute. Finley, 4 goals and 1 assist on the season, will make his 13th appearance of the year. And he will set up right up top along of Martinez, Enzo Martinez, that is.
And with that change, looks a bit more of a physical approach for Charlotte. It's a big boy up there.
Here is Finley, battles for it. Played with Chivas USA last season. 16 games played, 1 goal. There's Martinez. Try to play the 1-2 with Finley. He gets taken down and won't get the call. It'll be a goal kick coming up for the Rhinos. Miller sets it up at the 6. Charlotte on the road, 0-4-2. Looking for their first win. The Rhinos looking to avoid their first setback of 2015. Duckett has some trouble with it. Dixon turning on the Jets into the 18. Dixon, Mendoza, deflected. It's still Forbes. His shot is blocked.
And a selfish attempt there by Forbes. He had two guys open in the box.
Lamson had some huge help coming back and breaking up that attack. I believe it was a defender who stopped the shot from Mendoza, and it was Kalungi, the veteran, paying immediate dividends for Mike Jeffrey's side.
And a brilliant play just like that. Alex Dixon shows why he is so dangerous.
He turned it on, had that space. The Rhinos are not done with Mendoza. Service into the box, headed away by Kalungi. Now Del Piccolo to Finley. Gives it back to Martinez. It's Alex Martinez. 56th minute. Canardo Forbes. Oh, good move. Gets away from the defense. Top of the 18 for Dixon. Mendoza.
Great run there by Alex Dixon.
Dixon.
Once again.
His cross a little tight there. Lamson snags it out of the air.
And Dixon's movement there is what made that entire play. Great recognition by Johnny as well. And the Rhinos finding their stride in the offensive half now.
57th minute, knocking on the door.
Tonight's lucky section in row, section 105, row A. Congratulations, everyone.
Martinez gets away from McMahon. Vanda Castile comes in and a little too hard on the challenge against Alex Martinez. There's a look at that last challenge. Good move, the initial play there by Martinez, and Vanda Castile just comes in and comes high with the arm, knocking down Alex Martinez, former player at North Carolina State. He was the first NC State player since a former Rhino, Henry Gutierrez, in 1991 to notch double-digit goals and assists in a single season. Alex Martinez bringing a blast from the past back in Henry Gutierrez. Here's Martinez, plays it to Del Piccolo. Serves a high one into the box. Kalungi. His cross is blocked. Obasi sprints it down. Goes against his former teammate. Slojic knocks it away. Kalungi. Great bit of defensive work at the other end, and now he's trying to help on the offensive side. And he will make his way back to the defensive line. 58th minute and scoreless. Slojic back to Duckett. All the way back to Lamson. He'll take his time. Send it down the far side. Obasi steps in front of Cox. Sends it forward again, but Slojic, 6'6", hard to get around. Martinez. Finley's onside. Into the 18. Shot off the side netting by Ryan Finley. As he is a bull in there. He is just charging forward.
He's done well since he's come in. Alex Martinez, though, is Enzo. Enzo Martinez with a great play right there. Bodied off Tony Walls. In my opinion, I don't think Rochester did enough there. Didn't recognize the threat and almost walked back. Lapses like that just can't keep happening.
Finley held that line with that last defender, found a little bit of space. Dixon, back heel, keeps it in play, but Newnham there to come away with it for Charlotte. Duckett outside to Cox. There's Cox trying to work the center of the field. Out of play, off the foot of Canardo Forbes, and the first change coming up here for the home side. Christian Valesky will be coming on in the 60th minute. And no surprise, he's replacing Colin Rolfe, who has he has taken his share of knocks tonight.
He's done well. He's definitely put in his shift tonight. And with this change, Valesky brings a whole different game, a whole different attack to the Rochester side. Let's see if they can take advantage of it.
Valesky, 6 goals, 1 assist in 17 appearances. And a handshake for Rolfe, a well-deserved one. As usual, he just left it on the field tonight. Going for the Rhinos. Del Piccolo. As it's central to Duckett. Now Kalungi. He and Duckett go back and forth. 61st minute. Charlotte keeping possession, coming across midfield with Newnham. Plays it back to Kalungi. Charlotte just taking their time, looking for that perfect opening, eating away at the clock as well, at a very difficult venue.
I think with their away record, they'd definitely be happy with a tie.
No doubt. No doubt.
Looks like that's what they're going for, almost just keeping the ball. No real penetrating runs, just kind of content to have it.
And speaking of penetrating, Finley wants to turn and go at goal. A big, strong player.
That's one guy who's not settling for the draw.
Wins the free kick. He is tripped up there by Ringhoff. And whistle blows. Martinez, Del Piccolo over the ball. 3 in the wall for the Rhinos at the top of the 18. Wall's backed up. Referee gets us underway. It's Del Piccolo's delivery. Driven. Miller, no problem at all. They're definitely not playing those high lobbing balls.
They're driving it.
Maybe trying to get some of those quicker guys onto the ball before the big Rhino defenders, but to this point, it's been all good for Miller in the 63rd minute.
I think so, but they've got a fair bit of size on their side.
That's
as
true.
Well, so.
Finley has been brought on as a big target man up top.
Yeah.
And Forbes could do nothing with that one as it's out of play. As the Rhinos, they'll go to the bench once again and make their second substitution. Maybe even their third as well.
Something happened there.
Yeah, I think Forbes and Bob were
exchanging pleasantries.
Yes.
As they say.
Timmy Mulgrew quickly comes over. He'll make his 6th appearance on loan from the New England Revolution. Newnham. Newnham still slowed down, but now picked up by Martinez. The shot right at the near post. Miller makes the save. No trouble at all.
Good strike there. And as I said, Charlotte was looking for that tie. They are going for goal. Curse of the commentator.
Been there, done that many times. Just how the ball bounces, my friend. Nothing to do with us. Now Kalungi comes in and delivers a welcome blow to Volesky. Now Volesky can kind of experience what Rolf has had to go through all night.
Be interesting to see now that there's no one to give him a battle.
Ribeiro. Now Kalungi, who's been physical in his debut with Charlotte. Noonan. McMahon shields this one out of play, and a throw-in coming up here for the Rhinos. Have you visited the new USLsoccer.com? Get the latest news and live stats. And check out the new social media hub. It's USLsoccer.com. Finley has been working hard.
Nice turn
away there nicely. And Walls, Volesky, he's got the Jets. 1v2, takes the shot. And he'll pick up a corner kick. And the Rhinos will have a chance to make their second substitution. Timmy Mulgrew, as we mentioned, his 6th appearance of the season on loan from the Revs. Replacing number 21, Canardo Forbes.
Timmy Mulgrew, replacing number 21, Canardo Forbes.
This change coming up in the 66th minute. Corner kick on the far side. Ringhoff making his way into the box. Obasi, Van de Castile with some good targets for Mendoza. Here's the delivery. Good one into the box. Lamson is bumped into, and the referee will make the call. And a free kick coming out the other way for the Charlotte Independents.
Welcome tonight's groups in attendance. Call 454 kick to get discounted pricing for your group of 10 or more. When you see your group go up on the board, make some noise. I know there's a lot of people here.
Here's Noonan.
Tonight.
Now Mulgrew his first touch. There's Bob Lilly having a word with Canardo Forbes, who just came off here in the 66th minute. That was the second substitution for the Rhinos. As the ball's out of play, and it'll be a Charlotte throw-in. Martinez flicks it forward, but no one there for Charlotte. Dixon, Mendoza. Now Obasi. Kalungi again, a little shove in the back, but Dixon's through. And just poked away at the last second by the former Rhino, Duckett. Dixon in the box. Unable to get that last touch on it. Here's a last look at that one, Christian. Obasi with the long ball, but good flick. What do you think? Good defensive play?
Did well to get back, did well to stay in the play, but I don't know about throwing your body in front of him like that. That could go both ways. I'll leave it at that.
The referee going to go to the...
Caution has been issued to the Rhinos number 13, Mike Garza.
Garza picks up a yellow card. And that's the 68th minute. And for Garza, that's not good news. He had 4 yellow cards coming into this one. Now with this 5th, he'll be serving a suspension for yellow card accumulations. So the depth of the Rhinos will be tested once again, as Garza will have to sit out for 5 yellow cards accumulated.
And already being tested tonight, like you said earlier, first choice striker Steven Dos Santos going down with a bit of a cold. Volesky isn't at full strength right now. Interesting to see.
And stepping in is Slojic to knock it out of play. Reynolds will go to the bench again. Another player who's on loan from the Revolution, Tyler Rudy, getting his final pieces of instruction from Bob Lilly. Bossy to get this one back into play. Martinez picked up by Walls. Headed down, it's Mendoza. With some space outside. Mulgrew keeps it in place, serves it. A little deep there. Dixon hustles to keep the play going. Obasi. So calm and composed on the ball.
Did well there, yeah. It's almost as if he knew exactly where it was.
Garzi gets it to McMahon. Back to Garzi. Now Ringhoff. Mendoza spinning around looking for options. Plays it short to McMahon. 71st minute. We are scoreless at Salem Stadium.
Mendoza looking to overlap anybody
He
he
has
can get his
been
eyes on.
Active. McMahon. Voleski gets a piece of it, and Cox will take no chance and clear it out for a corner kick. And this will give Tyler Rudy a chance to come on, as he's going to take off Mike Garzi. Third change of the game in the 71st minute for Bob Lilly's side. Rudy's 13th appearance of the season. As we mentioned, Garzi picked up that yellow card, so he'll be sitting out on a suspension. And while we have a break, let's make sure to remind you to become a fan of the USL on Facebook for exclusive league news and interactive content. It's the USL on Facebook. Here's Mendoza. At the 6, cleared away by Duckett. And nobody on the end of that one for the Rhinos. Not very often you see those big options in the box let a ball hit the ground.
Yeah, it's interesting there. How it got by from both sides.
Throw-in coming up on the near side for Charlotte. Not surprised it's been a stingy game. They've only given up 18 goals. Rochester with an amazing only 6 goals against. Headed forward to Martinez. Off of Van de Castile. Deflected, and there'll be a throw-in coming up for Charlotte. Alex Martinez to his brother Enzo. Taken away. Picked up by Del Piccolo. Some fancy footwork from Martinez. And he's going to dribble over the end line. It'll be coming up the other way on a goal kick for the Rhinos. Miller will set it up. Follow at USL on Twitter. Become a league insider. Join club conversations. And have a chance at exclusive giveaways. It's at USL on Twitter. Kalungi heads it to the near side. Newnham forward for Del Piccolo. He'll turn and knock it to space, but no one there for Charlotte. Van de Castile back to Miller. Mulgrew. Good ball looking for Mendoza. Duckett gets behind him. Slojic will shield it off, and it'll be Lamson to pick it up. I'd like to send a quick thank you out to Jillian Fay from the Charlotte Independents for her help with rosters and bios this week and prepping for the Independents coming to Rochester. Always good to work with a former fellow SUNY Oswego graduate. So Jillian Fay, thank you very much for all of your help this week in preparation for the game tonight. Duckett and Slojic. Poked away by Mendoza. Duckett's got to get a powerful header back. He does. Ribeiro. Onto the near side, Kalungi. Duckett. Charlotte just content now to sit back and eat away at the clock in the 75th minute. They'll pick and choose their spots to go forward like now. Looking to go to Finley. And It's cleared away by McMahon.
Yeah, they're looking definitely the more patient side right now, and Rhinos looking to put in another center back, so I'm curious what the goal is there.
Vasily Apostolopoulos getting ready to be the fourth substitution for Rochester. There's Kalungi. Switches it over to the far side to Slojic.
Enter and exit the field in section 101. Food, gum, or beverages will not be permitted on the field.
Now Del Piccolo. Walls pickpocketed there. McMahon has to come in and help out. Van de Castile picks up the loose ball to Tony Walls. Mendoza has got Mulgrew. Couldn't thread the needle, broken up by Newnham.
Good idea and good run there by Mulgrew.
Throw it in the far side. It'll be Obasi to take it, but we'll have some changes coming up before that. As it'll be Jack Thompson, the 24-year-old, coming on right now to replace number 14, Raphael Cox. Third change of the game in the 76th minute. And for the Rhinos, it's Van de Castile coming off for Apostolopoulos in the 76th minute as well. Van de Castile, we talked about him coming back from an ankle injury.
May have flared up, I'm not sure.
Fourth change for the Rhinos. On the far side, Mendoza. Deflected, Lamson keeps it in play. Avoids giving up the corner kick. Onto the near side, Kalungi. Ringhoff, good step forward, wins a powerful header. But Charlotte has possession again, Del Piccolo. There's Thompson. Now forward down the far side, broken up by Apostolopoulos. Here's Mendoza, Rudy. Back to Mendoza now, 77th minute. McMahon is open on the near side, gets it. Mulgrew, back to McMahon. Chipped into the box for McMahon. Kalungi battles for it. Mulgrew is open, gets it. Serves into the box. Voleski's header. No trouble there as it's off the mark. And in the 78th minute, be sure to follow at USL on Twitter, which we just read, and Nike, also a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer on Twitter for all the latest Nike soccer information. There was a Twitter mention in there somewhere.
Rochester a bit more creative in the attacking third, and at a good moment right now. There's only roughly 12 minutes left in the match. Now's the time to kick it up, if any.
We'll see how that matchup with Obasi and Thompson works out. Cox did a decent job in neutralizing.
He did well.
Those overlapping runs of Obasi, but now Thompson called upon to do that. We'll see how he does.
Could be a deciding factor in the match.
Here's Finley. He has got the Jets. He's working hard outside the 18. Low cross, blocked. Martinez now. Poked away by Obasi. And Charlotte will have a throw in deep on the far side. The Independents taking their time. And now Slojic will take it. He's got a long throw in, puts it into the box. Headed away by Obasi.
I think with all that build-up, we expected a longer throw than that.
Surprise us with something. There's Dixon. Now Rudy.
Very well, Rudy there.
Outside, Mulgrew. Oh, Rudy it in! Referee's going to call it off. He's going to call it off. He waved it off immediately, and not much objection from Rudy. Christian, break it down.
Let's see, Rudy with a fantastic play to get out of pressure there. Really draws the defender in. Commits him and finds Timmy Mulgrew, who shoots it right back across. Right to his gut. I mean, I don't think there was anything wrong with that play.
This will tell us. This will be definitive, I think. A closer angle here, Mulgrew. Yeah, it's off his arm, off his hand.
Unfortunate, because that would have been a highlight reel play for Tyler Rudy.
He set it up, he finished it, and unfortunately, it hits his arm and ends up in the back of the net.
Regardless of the goal, he's definitely had an impact since he's come in, showing a lot of quality touches and good composure on the ball.
I agree. Dixon, Voleski, and Kalungi comes in, gets the ball. Corner kick coming up here for the Rhinos.
The ref being very stingy in these last few minutes. I don't think he wants to be the one who decides the game.
That would have been a tough one to call, I think. I think he got a piece of the ball, but he's out there, I'm not. 7th corner kick for the Rhinos, 1 for Charlotte. It'll be Mulgrew to take it. That's George Mason University, the 22-year-old. They'll go with the left foot on the in-swinging service. And cleared away by Finley. McMahon with a throw in here on the near side. 82nd minute. Walls chips into the box, and
poor decision there to lift it.
No one there. Lampson taking his time, eating away at the clock. Plays it on the near side for Kalungi. Your thoughts on his debut tonight for Charlotte, Kalungi?
I think he's done well. I think he's had a fantastic physical battle with Colin Rolfe. I think he did well, held his own, and definitely was that driving force for the entire Charlotte defense.
Located in the heart of Rochester, the
stingy defense becomes tougher with his acquisition. Ribeiro steps in front of Walls. Martinez, the shot up and over the crossbar. It was Enzo Martinez, the sub, who came out in the 45th minute, not too far off the mark.
This substitution for the Charlotte Independents entering the game is number 7.
And Rochester a bit hesitant to step there. 25 yards out, one of those center backs has to fly forward and really deny any space. Got lucky that they went over the bar there.
4th change coming up now for the Independents. It's going to be Jack Metcalf coming on in the 83rd minute for Alex Martinez. This is the 4th change. Metcalf, his 10th appearance of the season. Played 4 years at Clemson University prior to moving to the U.S. And beginning his college career, he was part of the Liverpool FC and Wolverhampton youth systems. Pretty interesting resume there. There's Mendoza trying to get interesting. His shot blocked by Slojic. And Rudy has a bomb that's way off the mark in the 84th minute.
Ambitious, but he's definitely earned it.
Sunday, July 26th at 4:05 as the Rhinos take on the Charleston Battery. It's Christmas.
All USL regular season and playoff games available live, free, and in demand on YouTube. Connect with the USL YouTube channel today. Mulgrew, shot, diving to his right. Lampson makes the save.
Fantastic play. Mulgrew once again with those penetrating diagonal runs, recognizing space very well today.
The 2 Lonies from the Revolution making an impact here in the second half. Off of Mulgrew, throwing here for the Independents, 85th minute. Another throw-in coming up here for Charlotte. shots are 7 apiece.
And Rochester's last 3 shots coming in the last
Yeah.
few minutes.
Kalungi comes in hard. He has been no nonsense tonight. Coming back from that MCL and ACL injury. Good news for you, right? To see a
Very
guy
good
bounce
news.
back like that.
I'm loving every minute. I mean, being a Rochester player, I am rooting for him. I'm happy to see him back on the field. It's an injury that no one really wants to go through. So credit to Kalungi for fighting his way back and having a great game so far.
Gives you hope and confidence in your recovery as well from the knee injury.
If he can recover and smash through those tackles,
Christian
I'll be
Silva,
fine.
you'll be back at it in no time.
Looking forward to it.
Me too, my friend. Martinez over the head of Ribeiro. And this one goes out of play. And 5th change now coming up for the home side. Asani Samuels coming on here in the 86th minute. He'll replace Alex Dixon. 5th and final substitution. Samuels, 22 years old. It's his 6th appearance of the season tonight. Dixon gets a round of applause as he's coming off the pitch. There's Samuels. McMahon knocks it over the near sideline, 86th minute. And scoreless, first ever meeting between the Independents and the Rhinos. Martinez goes outside looking for Thompson, settles it. Serves into the box. Miller there to make the save.
Miller really the savior of that play. There was no Rochester player in sight and 2 Charlotte players wide open.
Puts it down on the turf. Gets a nice deep one downfield. Headed away for Del Piccolo. Brings it down to the turf. Back heels it off of McMahon.
Nike is a proud partner of the USL. Follow at Nike Soccer.
Here's Del Piccolo.
All the latest Nike Soccer info.
Sent forward by Noonan. Here's Rudy. He's been good. Looking to set it forward now for Voleski. Just off the side of his foot and out of play. And this will be a throw-in coming up here for the Independents. We're in the 88th minute. And we are scoreless at Salem Stadium. 2 of the toughest defenses in the USL meeting up tonight.
Ooh, I'm not sure if that went out, but we'll take it.
Absolutely. Deep in the Charlotte half. McMahon, another throw-in. Corner of the 18 for Mendoza. Rudy. And this will be a throw-in, I believe, near the corner flag on the near side. Yep. McMahon to take it. We'll heave this one into the box for Samuels. Gets it to Walls. Pounded away by Martinez.
Tony Wall is doing well there. It was a tough ball to control. Almost got it through.
Taken away by Obasi. Gets it back to Rudy. Now Walls. For Voleski, trying to fight off of Duckett. And he does. McMahon, 89th minute. Mendoza keeps it in play. Back to McMahon with some space. Looks.
Few options
Serves.
in the box.
Cleared away. Nope. Thompson whiffs on it. Tries to go up the back of Voleski. Can't. And foul called on Mulgrew. And he'll come out the other way with a Charlotte free kick. There's the last challenge. Thompson whiffs on the initial clearance, and then he goes for a little ride up the back of Voleski. And luckily for Charlotte, the referee calls the foul. And a restart coming out the other way for Lamson and the visitors. 90th minute.
Fans, there's still time to submit your photo of the game courtesy of Camp Good Days.
Ringhoff and Finley have battled all night long.
With a picture you've taken at the game tonight, and you could be selected this week's Fan of the Week. Check our social media every Tuesday during the season.
Chip forward looking for Rudy. It's Walls quickly outside. Brought down by Mulgrew.
Did well there.
Quickly approaching the 90-minute mark. Apostolopoulos, McMahon, and the Rhinos looking for a late one here. Samuels to Mendoza. Will there be some late game heroics for the home side? As we'll have 3 minutes of stoppage time.
Our fourth official has indicated there will be 3 minutes.
Rudy.
3 minutes of stoppage time.
Patience by the Rhinos as they push forward. McMahon. Now Rudy. A good job controlling the middle of the park.
Done very well since he's coming in. Charlotte doing equally good a job of closing down those spaces in the midfield.
There's Rudy. Oh, what a challenge there. Rudy and Martinez. Mendoza's service. The header wide. What a cracking challenge. We could hear the thud from up here as Rudy went down.
And he is rolling around there.
Oh.
That does not look good.
Let's take a look at that one, and the instant replay doesn't do it justice. That was a hard, hard challenge.
I mean, if we can get the audio on that somehow just to really show what happened.
Bit of possession from the Rhinos as they were building up. Rudy knocking it back and forth. Decides to take a run forward here. Plays the 1-2 with McMahon. And then, again, not justice because the pop that you heard from up here.
Very, very loud.
Very loud, very clear. As Rudy is down and getting looked at by the trainer. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
Oh, if you look closely, it looks like he lost his footing on his left foot. Dug into the turf right before he fell. Hopefully that is not the case, but he is limping and being carried off right now as we speak.
Class move by Martinez as well to help him off. He's the player who was involved with the challenge. And Enzo Martinez helping off Tyler Rudy.
You love to see that. I mean,
Class.
Martinez, class player.
Nothing dirty about the challenge, just good, hard challenge.
Been dynamic since he's come in and has the professionalism to really show that.
The Rhinos have made all 5 substitutions, so at this point it looks like Rudy, in my early opinion, probably won't be able to continue, but we'll see. As gives a handshake to Enzo Martinez, he gets a round of applause from the fans, and good to see that in a sport, a world of sports, that sportsmanship sometimes is lacking.
And with everything going on in the world, you love to see that in sports. The two people on opposing sides can really just put it apart, put it aside for a second, and genuinely be concerned for another person.
Rudy's going to take a seat on the sidelines, and the Rhinos are going to play with 10. They called for 3 minutes of stoppage time, but with that injury, we'll have more time added on. Can the Rhinos create something playing a man down? Obasi thinks so. And he wins. No. Charlotte wins a throw-in.
Interesting there.
And it'll be Sloja coming over to take it. Obasi for Voleski. Duckett. It's the head to Ribeiro. And you got to think that a draw for Charlotte against the undefeated Rhinos at a very difficult venue is a good result.
Oh, they will not leave here upset whatsoever.
Still, though, time for the Rhinos to pick one up. McMahon, Samuels. Still Asani Samuels into the 18. Still dribbling. And cleared away by Thompson. Finley leaves it for no one as he gets a boot across the knee from Walls. We'll play on with Mendoza. Swerving cross. Lamson punches it up in the air. Del Piccolo heads it forward to Finley. Referee checks his watch.
Could be the last play right here.
Obasi to Valesky. And it hops into the arms of Lamson. Scary moments there for Charlotte.
And a last-ditch header right there by Duckett.
Whew.
Could prove to save the game for them.
Absolutely.
Not that he's got much hair on his head, but he is. It was a matter of centimeters, that one.
Thompson blocks it, sends it forward, but Apostolopoulos battles for it now for the Rhinos. Driven forward, cleared away by Kalungi. Been here before, takes no chances. Kalungi again coming in. He has been so good on defense. One last push here for the Rhinos, Asani Samuels.
Oh.
No one there.
Didn't try to play from memory there. Didn't really recognize that Valesky was running away.
Ribeiro. Back to Duckett, outside to Slojic. Now Thompson. Looking for Finley, swiped away there nicely by Mendoza. Walls looking for Valesky. Kalungi and Duckett combine to stop him. And that will bring the whistles from the official. And a scoreless final here at Salem Stadium on a very warm and muggy night. 8 shots for the Rhinos, 7 for the Independents, but this one ends up scoreless at 0s. So with the result, Rochester now 11-0-7. They go to 40 points, and the Charlotte Independents now 4-6-5, good for 17 points on the season. Christian, your thoughts on this one tonight?
I mean, a lot of the same in the second half. I think Rochester just had a sudden surge of energy once Tyler Rudy went down. Something you'd like to see a lot earlier in the game, showing that urgency to get the win at home, but you live and you learn, and I think it's something that Bob Lilly will definitely be instilling into the team going forward.
Well, things don't get easier for the Rhinos. They'll be home next Saturday as they'll take on Charleston at a 4 p.m. kickoff. The Battery behind the Rhinos in the Eastern Conference in second place with 31 points, and it'll be a big matchup.
Definitely looking forward to that one. These are the top 2 teams going at it once again.
It should be a big one in the Eastern Conference next week, Saturday, July 26th, 4 p.m. right here at Salem Stadium. Charlotte will move on to host FC Montreal on Friday, July 24th. I'm sorry, that's Sunday, the 26th. Sunday, July 26th at 4 p.m. here at Salem Stadium. Well, that'll do it. This one ends up scoreless in the first ever meeting between Charlotte and Rochester. For our entire production crew, our color commentator Christian Silva, I'm Joe Giuliano saying so long from Salem Stadium.